Honourable Murray.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. I just want to say I saw this morning that they're having the Department of Home Affairs and SASSA and Department of Health working together to register the babies. That was one of my proposals the last time when SASSA was here, because the person from SASSA office in Botshabelo, because Botshabelo is very vast, and they were saying they got halls and they got clinics, they can use those facilities, but they're having a problem because SASSA's not coming to the party. So it's very glad to see that SASSA came to the party. And I also would like to say gratitude for the slides that we have seen this morning. And I also want to say, they always say you must give praises when praises are due. Yeah? I want to say thank you to the CEO. I can write to her every time of the night or the day, and she will respond to me immediately. So I just feel having a communication to her, my things are coming through. I receive and I send it to her from a mother that was struggling for a year to get money for a newborn baby. And the newborn baby's money was taken by someone else, a baby's money. And the mother sent me a WhatsApp, a SMS to say, thank you so much. For the first time, my child will be able to go buy his own Christmas clothes. And I want to say thank you to the CEO because she made it possible. It took us 1 month after she's been struggling for a whole year to get that money. 1 month, she got the money. So thank you so much, CEO. But let me come back to you.
Just like that.
You know what? I want to agree with what my colleague was just saying now. It's not nice talking last, you know. That's why my hand was up and the chair was just looking to the front there. Because I wanted to ask these questions, and I know it is going to be a repeat now, but I need to clear my mind also. Is that I have a problem when you look at the Aegis report and it says SASSA employees receive grant. And if you look at the biggest culprit is Eastern Cape and KZN, 17% and 19%. But the worst one is the grants payments to directors on CIPC. KZN, 26%, Eastern Cape 17%. And then you look at the grant payment to deceased beneficiaries. KZN and Eastern Cape again, the highest, 22%, 20%. And then the Post Bank, from the place where I'm coming from, the Free State, 54.6%. The Post Bank employers are receiving grants. And that is for me alarming, because how can 54.6% from the post office receive grants while they are working? And that is a concern for me. This thing we need to discuss, and we need to come up with recommendations. How are we going to curb this thing? Because these monies are meant for the poorest of the poor. And then I want to come back and ask the same thing about your SASSA employees that is going to have this labor relation cases. The one that I'm concerned about, the withdrawal. Out of the 8 current ones, 29 was withdrawal. That is on the backlog. Why would you withdraw something when you had opened a case? It's because you got information to say that there isn't a case or something, but why withdraw a current case, you know? And then not guilty, you have 1 current and 10 in the backlog. If you are not guilty, why must it still be in the backlog? You are not guilty and you must be processed as not guilty. So that is a concern for me also. And I would like to say the queue management. I was on Friday, I was at Bloemfontein SASSA office. I was on Monday at Botsabelo's office. I was on Tuesday in Tabanchu's office. And in Bloemfontein, the queue management worked perfectly, I must say. The only problem with Bloemfontein, they don't have enough space for all the people. The same with Botshabelo. Botsabelo's manager told me that apparently they're going to get a new office. They're not sure when, because people are standing in the rain. Bloemfontein, they can still put people like in by the sides, by the stoep and whatnot, because it's covered. Port Sabelo and Tabancho, there's no space for covering nothing. And today we have a 34, tomorrow's 37 degrees in Bloemfontein and Free State. So we need to look at that. We need to look at accommodation from public works and to see where are we getting the best places. And I know this is a problem for all the offices. But and then the other thing that I would like to understand is this on page, the one page on page 8, where they talk about the 18 million written off and then 14 million recovery. I don't understand that you recover 14% and then you write off 18%. What was the reasons for that? And I heard what the gentleman was saying that for this year they're not going to have anything. I have a problem with you make payment to accommodation where you no longer, the lease has long time expired. You had a thing of 3.6 million that you had this expired leave, and then 31.3 million for service providers without proper approval. 6 million purchase of goods without proper approvals. That is what is the Auditor General is saying, is that we need to curb these things of fruitful and wasteful expenditure. And then the biggest one that I'm worried about is the SASSA, the flights in the hotel, the same what Alexandre was saying, is that how do you miss the flight and how do you miss going to sleep in a hotel? Do you have Nyatsi in that same area and you go sleep with a Nyatsi and you forget about going to the hotel? I just want to understand that. No, because for me it's a problem. The last one I want to say is that the 38 million waiting for condonement, no? 37 million investigation in progress, 75 million delays in investigation into irregular expenditure. I heard what you were saying. I heard that you want to get rid of the 6th administration and you want to start a new chapter. I understand that. But these are the things that make us learn for the next time. When we have to do things, we need to do it properly. And I understand that you are having the biggest burden of the country on your soldiers, because you are the ones that is servicing the poorest of the poor. And I take my hat off for you, because it is not an easy task. But the post office is a concern. I was there. And I'm not going to tell you lies. I asked the manager there, it's a lady and a gentleman, they took me there. I said, can I speak to these people here? They said yes. I had a meeting with the old people there, because all of them, it was full, it was noisy, because it was already the Friday, they got paid on the Wednesday, but the Friday they didn't have their money yet. They were complaining they had to lend money for 3 days to come to the office to come and hear what's going on. SASSA said there in front of everyone, it is not our problem, it's the post office. It is not just the post office problem, it's still SASSA's problem, because SASSA is the provider and SASSA must give answers. So I asked him, can I speak to the people? I spoke to the people, I said, look here, can I give you advice? Open a bank account. I'm sorry if I did that. Open a bank account, because December, you're going to have the same problem, because you are transferring from the one card to the other card. It's going to be an issue, because the one is now busy in Mpumalanga with a trial period or whatever the case may be. So we're going to have the same problem like we had the previous year when it was December. People had to change cards from the gold. That is why they are still using the gold cards now, because they couldn't phase out the gold cards and people didn't get money. So I had a meeting with the old people. And some was very stubborn to say, but you know, the Post Bank is coming a long way. We're using the SASSA card and what. I said, guys, December, it is Christmas. You're going to struggle again. I'm not telling you which bank you must use. Use any bank you want to. Bring in the documentations to SASSA so that they can exchange your things. Because number one is Post Bank, it is having a massive problems. Even if you're going to come in with the Dinges Bank, they are bankrupt. There's nothing you can do about it. And they're paying themselves before they're even paying the staff, the people. So I did that. I want to apologize for that, but I did it. I told the old people, go open yourself a bank account, because you are not going to get any joy from Post Bank. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honourable Marie. My apology for not having looked at you. It has got nothing to do with the GNU. Honourable Tafeni.
Enkosi Chairperson, mandizibulisele ku-Minister and the Acting DG and all officials that are present here. I welcome the presentation from SASSA. Chairperson, on slide 8, dealing with achieved target on Program 1, when it comes to social assistance debt, can you supply this committee with any evidence to that regards? And if yes, when can you do that? With regard to slide 29, dealing with reducing fraud in social assistance program and administration, should the situation not be to respond to fraud before the fact as opposed to after the fact, meaning that there should be proactive measure and system put in place to make sure that the fraud attempt falls flat at the initiative stage, be it with stall, SASSA card or whatever. So what proactive measures do you have in place to guard against fraud or potential fraud with SASSA? And also on slide 33, in regarding economic transformation, are you saying you only spent 106 million of budget on goods and service against a total budget of 1711 billion on goods and service procured from women members of the youth and people with disability? Now we know that there is a high unemployment rate that affects a lot of youth in this country. So I would like to know which are these goods and services which were procured by members of our youth in South Africa, because the money paid for procurement is way too little when measures against the actual budget. So maybe our youth should be made aware of the goods and services which are needed by the agents to that they can solve into the procurement space and make a living for themselves. In AG, on slide 46, can we be finished with these legal opinions that told the agent it cannot win against its own officials who had made the agents to incur irregular expenditure? It sounds like they are untouchable, so we would like to see all these legal opinions and their sources, that is the law firm which conducted them. And I have this feeling that instead of complying with the recommendations of the AGSA, the agents will rather challenge them without or with legal basis. So over the past 2 financial years, on average, how often have you complied with the AGSA recommendations and implementation them? I thank you, Chairperson.
If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. And as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.